Hey YouTube family, it's your girl Jazzy, getting jazzy with jazz. And if y'all want to have a good time, YouTube family, just like I do, come on over. And I need y'all to go ahead and do this for me, like, comment, and subscribe. And then we going to get the party started. Hey YouTube family. So this is Love Island, USA, Season 7, Episode 25. Whew. And Nick and Elin, they talking shit about the connection between them. And I'm like, man, come on now, please, Nick, okay? And Shelly talks to Ace, and she told him that he was crossing the line with Huda in his face. And then, but in the confessional, she's saying that it really pissed her off. And I'm like, girl, say it with your chest. Say it to him. Say it to him. He in your face. And then Alandria, we got off of that. And then Alandria was sitting down eating, and then Huda, she started scooching over there, trying to, do her famous, I love you, I really, really love you, I really, really love you. Alandria didn't want to hear that shit. And then she said, I'm be honest, you did cross the line, and then you did too much, and that was it. And then she went on and she walked off, and then she started crying. And then I'm like, girl, please. You do the same old. She's just looking for sympathy. Alandria didn't give it to her ass. And then, she ain't had nothing to say, because what else can you say? Everybody don't want to hear that sad ass shit. And then she walked off. A mess. Shaking my head. And then Clark, Amaya, and Iris, they all take pictures like, And then Shelly talked to Ace again, and she told him that she was upset with him, and she said that she was upset with him equally right about Huda. And then it got off of that for a second. And then Nick and Sierra, they going on a date. Go Cece, go Cece, go Cece, go Cece, go Cece, go Cece. I'd be like this at night when I start getting tired. But they go outside to find 2 bikes with baskets full of picnics. And then they ride. And then Huda is upset with Chris about him bringing breakfast for, giving Shelly 2 pancakes with a flour. And he only gave her 1. And that was a problem for her. I said, oh, here she go. She Jeremiah him, saying that he is showing favoritism. I'm like, girl, quit. And he says that his favorite is Shelly and wants to begin, and then she begins to cry. And I said, she really has deep self-esteem issues. I promise y'all, she do. She really do. And Alandria and Shelly, they just talking, and she is thinking about exploring Zach with a K. Yeah. And then Ace and Shelly, they talk again. Talk about the Huda situation, and says that it was crossing the line, of course. And Ace says that she was kissing Chris. So he pretty much didn't think that there was nothing wrong with it. I pretty much thought that it was something wrong with it. He just don't get it. And then she said that he needs to use his better judgment. And then Ace says that she is not in the right. He said that she not in the right at the end of the day. And then he cuts her off while she talking, then says that she is really pissing him off. And then she got up and she left. I would have got up and left too. I'm like, dude, don't be talking to me like that. Get your shit together. And then Amaya and Chris talk about how Zach has not talked to her all day. And then Ace and Taylor, they talk about the Shelly issue, and he says that he is feeling like he sent the wrong person home, and says he likes and cares for her, about her, but he not feeling confident about where they stand. And then it's the Emma, it's the intimate connection for him. And he says he said he don't like the intimate connection that she is making. And that's what's bothering him. I'm like, Ace, get over it. And then my thing is, dude, come on, chill out. And then he feels like he isn't enough for her. And Taylor said that they plan, what's the plan moving forward? He said, honestly, he doesn't know. And then I'm like, ooh, my, he a little, And then he said, you gotta get through the rough, which is this. And when y'all do that, then it'll be worth it at the end of the day. And then he just was. And Elon is discussing, he has a discussing chat with Sierra. And he says that he has been ghosted. And then they back from, and then, everybody just chatting and all that stuff, dry hating, I will say. Dry hating about them having a date and all that stuff. And Ace up there just salty. And then they come back from the day and everyone is happy. Sierra tells the ladies about the day and about the bike. And then Nick says that it's the best time. And then poor Elon just looking. I feel bad. I really do. And Sierra and the ladies share that they closed things off. So they closed it off. They not open no more. They closed it off. And then Ace says that he wishes that he had that. I'm like, oh, Ace, you'll be okay. And then Amaya says that she isn't happy to get to know, she's happy to get to know Elon. And she has been a nurse for 4 years. Did y'all know that she was a nurse? She said she has been a nurse for 4 years, and she lives in New York, and she takes care of her family. And I said, oh. And then they are really excited. Her and Elon, they really excited. They having a conversation, and I love the conversation piece that they're having. I really, really do. And it's just like, I just want Amaya to always be okay. And I just want her to, just find her person. Because with Alandria getting close with Zach with a K and all that stuff, and it's like they just moping and moping and moping and moping and moping and moping. And I'm like, And Ace is really salty. And he walking around frowning and all this stuff. And Adriana and Pepe, they talk, and she says that she likes Brian, but have not talked to him. And then she says that she wants to explore the connection with Pepe. And she says she likes Brian. I'm gonna tell y'all, she said she likes Brian, but she just has not talked to him yet. And she said that she wants to explore the connection with Pepe. And Pepe pretty much shut her down, and he said, well, he wants to, you know, pretty much explore the connection, continue to ride and, you know, have the connection with Grayson. And I said, oh, I love Grayson. I hope y'all like Grayson. I love Grayson. And then Alandria and Zach with a K, they meet, and he says that she had a lot. She says that she had a lot going on, and he talks about that he is purposely staying away from Amaya, and they share conversation and say that they should. She said that they should keep the conversation going. And when she said that they should keep the conversation going, I said, okay, here we go. So she gonna be here for a minute. I want Alandria to go home, y'all. I don't know if I'm the only person, but I want her to go home, and I want Ace to go home, because they two salty babies, spoiled babies. And she said they should just keep the conversation going. I'm about to blah 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 blah. Moving on. Clark and Taylor, they talk about how he thinks that she should feel about the challenge. And then she then asked, is he going to, you know, so he asked that question about, she asked him, how is he, you know, what he thinks, how's he supposed to, he asked, how does she feel after the challenge? And then, or it might have been vice versa, but that question was asked. And then she then asked, is he going to continue to explore her Alandria too? And he said, mm-hmm. And I said, damn, WTF is going on? What is it with these darn women in this house? What is it with these dudes up in here? Cause ain't none of them strong. None of the dudes are strong. They ain't strong enough for no relationship, and they ain't ready for no relationship. A soul relationship, they're not strong enough for that. And then, well, they continue to just talk and smudge it up and all this stuff. And he said that he gonna continue to explore Alandria, and then she said she can respect that. And then they smudge and they cozy on up, and he said that he got her, and he said he still feel the connection with her, and she first and foremost, pretty much. And I said, I don't know if I can trust that, Taylor. I don't know if I can trust you, because you was on my list anyway. This list of paper, he was on this list. Him and Ace, they both was on the list. And then he says that he likes the feeling he gets around Clark. I mean, he said he liked the feeling he get around her. He said he don't have to be like a kid. He can be a kid in the candy store, and he don't have to be all serious when he was with, and sit up straight and all that stuff when he was with Alandria. And I'm like, but so dude, ditch her, push her to the side. And I'm like, just explore the connection with Clark. It's just simple as that. Sometimes men can be kind of stupid, you know. Sometimes men can be kind of stupid. But he said that he can be himself around Clark, and he said he appreciates that. And then they share a kiss. I'm like, come on now, y'all just do it like that. That's all it is to it. So pretty much, Nick was mad because it was a connection. He was mad because it was a connection with well, anyway, let me just say this. He was just mad. He was gonna be mad. And then Shelly and Sierra, they talk about Ace, and then she says that she does not have the time pretty much to, you know, listen to nobody, Ace, Huda, or nobody. She said that she want to use the time for herself. And that's what Sierra was pretty much telling her. Sierra said you need to just think about yourself first before you can give time to somebody else. And I'm like, rightfully so, girl, rightfully so. I love it. I love what Sierra pours into the ladies, if they'll listen and if they will, take, listen and take, to what she be saying. I said, she be saying some good stuff. She says good stuff. And I always appreciate that about Sierra, because you have to listen. And like I said, Shelly, it's going to be okay. We're going to get you off of Ace, just like we're going to get Alondria out for Taylor. And then all y'all just going to be 3 senoritas, all 3 together. Because it's always girl power over dudes. Girl power over dudes. Girl power over dudes. And then Chris says that he wants to focus on, because Huda and Chris. He says that he wants to focus on her because he pretty much, I hate this. He pretty much said that he's taking a step back off of Amaya Papaya. And I don't be understanding and seeing what be going on. And I'm like, how you start off one way, and the same with Zach with a K. How do they start off one way, and then they just quickly, just with the quickness, snap of the finger, they just be done. I'm like, man, so indecisive, and they don't know what they want. And I'm like, dude, maybe it's too much pussy up in this house, and you're trying to see who all you can get, and you thought that you was probably gonna get it from Amaya Papaya. And also Zach, he probably thought he was Zach with a K. He thought he was gonna get some too, but I guess he thought wrong, because she is a nurse and she is a successful professional. She got a successful professional job, and I applaud her. I love that. And it's like she got her career, and I get it. She's ready to settle down, and she's ready to have the guy. And you be like that when you have all your goals accomplished. You be ready just to settle down. I get it. I definitely do get it. And then getting back to Chris, sucker ass. Huda, I don't know what it is about her. Cause I'm not gonna even lie. She's pretty. She's very, very pretty. But she is so emotionally scarred. And I'm like, she is not ready for a relationship in this house. She needs to go home, and she needs to go seek some mental help, because she just spazzes out. And she started with him. She was going to start with him. And I said, So let me just say this. He says that he wants to, focus on their connection and on her. And she said, oh, really? You're serious? You're serious? Oh, I'm so happy. And he says that he is interested in her. And she said, really? She sounds just like a child. I just hate that for her. I really hate it for her. And I hate it for anybody that get involved with her too. Jeremiah, you dodged a huge bullet. And Chris, I'm so sorry. You finna go through the same thing. And then he attracts, and then she said, well, what attracts you? What's your type? And he said, you my type. He said, I attract emotionally unstable women. And she said, do you think that I'm emotionally unstable? I'm like, girl, yeah, you are. And he said, no, I don't think so. I don't know yet. And I'm like, keep being on this show. You about to find out. She ain't turned up on you yet. And then he said he attracts emotionally unstable women. And she asked, is she emotionally unstable? Well, I already said that. I had to say it again. And he said he doesn't know yet. And then they began to kiss, and then, they're screwed. I said, When I tell you that she's not gonna never get nowhere, and I mean she too, I'm just gonna say it, she too emotionally scarred, and she attaches herself to men with the seek of, you know, getting a man, and then she likes control too. And I just don't see it going good for her. I mean, I want everybody in the house to be good, but I just don't see it being good for Huda. But who knows? I must don't know. But that's my video for tonight, and that is Love Island USA season 7 episode 25. And that's my video, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all sat here and listened to me talk for 20 minutes and some seconds, y'all must like the content. So make sure y'all do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna keep doing these shows every single night, and I'm gonna do it again tomorrow, which is Tuesday. But remember, on Wednesday, no Love Island, because it's hump day, and then I guess they rest on Wednesday. But bye, YouTube family. See y'all later. Good night. And YouTube, that was the video. And what I want y'all to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, YouTube family.